Naturally gifted, I'm either going to go for Ravi Bopara or Samit Patel. Probably Ravi sneaks it just.
Okay.
I always get answers great. I never have a good answer. Probably the one about I never heard it when I was there, but the Mark Wall and the Steve Wall, Jimmy Ormond, about him being not the best brother. Like, at least James Ormond's the best player in his family, kind of thing, to Mark Wall. But I thought that was quite amusing. But I've never heard anything quite that funny when I was a big player.
Okay.
Oh, it's quite early to say. Obviously, his record so far, he's played 4-1-4. I just think his personality of never, at the moment, I mean, I say it's only been 3 weeks, of never ever settling for anything less than your best or not trying to improve yourself is going to hold him in good stead and hold us in stead. You know, he's very clear in his thoughts, and there's no black or white, and I think that's going to help us move forward. Well, I mean, there's however many ways to skin a cat, or do you know what I mean? I'm not quite sure that expression, I always come up with them, but like, Vaughan so successful his way, and obviously captaincy, in my opinion, is your character coming out in different ways, and it's so it's easy. No person's ever the same, and Vaughan was unbelievably successful, and I can't see why Kev won't be, like, the way he started. So. I don't know. I mean, it's better than not being talked about as playing for England, but captaining England, but it's quite a long way through in the future for me to say it. But obviously, to captain country is probably the biggest honour in any sport. So if it's offered to you, of course you're not going to turn it down. But probably getting a bit carried away talking about it. And Steve's obviously gone through what most people have when at sport. The ups and downs, and he's had some unbelievable ups, and recently probably not so well. Obviously, you come back this year, it's been fantastic, and there's bowlers. The natural gift he's got of being bowling quick and with that bounce makes him. When he's firing, he's unbelievable, and fingers crossed he'll sell that, because hopefully England need him, because they're a great bowler like him. I think there's been times as a team and stuff when you win, but I think the biggest thing for me is just getting that. I did it the first time, and I was flown over from India, from West Indies, and my brain was not there, kind of thing. I was, it was kind of a week early. I was lying on the beach, probably 3 days early, a week at the end, but thinking, will I ever play for England? And then at the end of the week, I scored 100 for England. It's kind of like it was probably the most surreal feeling I ever had. So it can't probably be beaten for pure emotion at that time, but as winning as a side and the feeling you get, when we win Test series and stuff, actually as a group, that all evening is different. But just for that, probably when I cut half jump for forward, probably up there. I'll be honest with you. So, and I've never seen one whole nation get behind their side, and it's always our media. They obviously get great coverage, but they're very much a two-sided thing. But for us, when we were there, I never got how much the Aussies as a whole nation want to win, and they would literally print anything in the paper to help them rather than kind of thing. And it was kind of a siege mentality you needed for 3 months. But I mean, whether with or without that, they're probably one of the best sides I could probably ever play against. As a side, probably in world history, that side which played against would be up there to take anyone. So, not a great thing to say lost to them, but excitement. I think probably the views I've already said there, you kind of might have been slightly over the top. I don't know. Is that maybe looking back at it, maybe was a bit over the top, but that's the way it could go, and probably. But because it happened when I was writing, it's exactly the same time where the IPL get announced, the Stanford was all getting announced, and probably I don't know whether the Australian Cricket Board are going to, they're going to have a 2020 on South African, and I would imagine they will do. So it can go like that, but we need to be able to save Test cricket. We definitely do. I'm not just saying that because I play Test cricket, but the whole tradition of it not to change would be very wrong. So obviously 2020 can only benefit it, but it has to be well marketed and before it takes over, which could obviously with the amount of money could do. So.